Well, here we are. This is going to be a pretty interesting video to make for the Hawke Talks today. As you may tell from the title of the video, I'm going to be no longer be a part of a MCN or partnership of I guess a relevant company at this point. But anyway, so I'm going to be no longer be a part of a MCN through a partnership. This channel won't be a partner of anything pretty much anymore going forward. And that's all there is to it in layman's terms. So this whole partnership has been interesting. You know, being a YouTube partner. You know, back then it was like that cool word, like whoa. You know, it's kind of like having a really cool title back then. I believe my first partnership was with TGN, I think. I remember it had a purple logo to it. It was like one of the smaller MCNs or multi-channel network. I wasn't there for too long. I got picked up by Machinima. I was able to apply and get the partnership with Machinima, and that was like the partnership I stuck with for a very long time, or the longest I should say. And then we all know what happened with Machinima. So that was unfortunate, but that company got bought out by another company which was owned by or was under Fullscreen. So technically I became a partner of Fullscreen, and then today here we are. I got an email from Fullscreen, which I'm not gonna show. Just you know what's gonna be coming. You know what it is at this point. And pretty much TLDR, it says we regrettably made the decision that we will have to let your channel go after thinking about all the sort of difficult stuff and business modeling changes going forward. And so they made the choice of letting go my channel along with a number of the smaller channels. Funny enough, one of the people I know from a community, I saw his email on Twitter, so I kind of showed my screenshot, and funny enough, they were like the exact same thing. So it kind of really shows of how they sort of feel about most channels. From what I can understand, I think they'll just keep the big ones. I think they have Rooster Teeth still under their umbrella, like in a couple of other big ones, which makes sense because that's what brings them more money. And so, yeah, it just kind of became something interesting because this was something I thought about for a long while, which was to leave the partnership because, well, let's start from the beginning. So this channel started back in 2006. This channel had a lot of like videos of my high school self and my friends being silly, and we had very different dialogue, let's just say. And that was just kind of like those times. And of course, you know, we're kids essentially, so we're just being silly. We say some silly things. So, you know, obviously times have changed, right? But over 2 years, I think, by the time 2007 or 2008 roll around, I had the idea of, you know, uploading video game stuff to the channel. And I just wanted to see how things go, because I wanted to show those moments and keep those moments to us, me and my friends in this circle. We wanted something to look back on, because those moments, a lot of those moments were really funny, something worth keeping. And this sort of concept of uploading games to, or gameplay to YouTube channel during those years were very new, very much new, believe it or not. And over the years, there are a lot of times where you know, YouTube didn't know what to do with them, so they just kind of deemed it as copyright violations, so they wanted to take those down. They didn't allow it. Not to mention these videos couldn't be longer than 10 minutes and such, and so times have changed drastically over time. And also you have to like remember the quality of the footage too. Like I was one of those people that recorded with their camcorder directly onto the TV screen, and that's how you got gameplay footage. Channels like DSP. It was one of the old school gamers on YouTube that did that too. So I was definitely one of them. Those are the kind of times that gaming was like on YouTube, but it was taking off. This was something. This was a beginning of a very, very big phenomenon over the years. So many years has come by, and at that point, eventually, I had a partnership with TGN. Again, that TGN was, my first partnership. Smaller channel or smaller network, but it was something. The reason why you partnered with these channels is because YouTube did not know how to handle these videos, the gameplay side of things. So because they thought it was a violation of copyrights of sorts, so they didn't want to be a part of it. So a lot of those videos weren't going through. Having a partnership with the MCN, especially for the gaming centric one like TGN, Machinima, Fullscreen, Screen Wave, I think. There are a lot of channels back then, and I think there was Curse, you name it. And so there was a reason why you wanted to be a partner behind that, because they provided the protection for you to be able to upload gameplay without any incident, with some exception of being copyright claimed from or third-party claim from certain companies like Nintendo at the time. I remember those were the huge headaches at the time. But anyway, they've only uplifted that restriction just a couple of years ago. I think at this point it's like maybe 3 or 4, but no, I think it was 3, because I remember it was like around 2018, maybe 17 at the earliest, is when they uplifted those policies. Anyway, having a partnership back then was a lot more relevant because it allowed you to have more potential for exposure, protection from copyrights, and also they came with a lot more benefits back then. They even let you access to get E3 passes because you were technically part of the industry in some way or form. So if I knew this back then, a lot earlier, I would have gone to twice the E3s. But I've only been to E3 twice, although, you kind of get most of it, right? After 1 or 2, maybe. Anyway, that was during when E3 was that cool kids club, that you wanted to get into. Along with being a YouTube partner. That was like a cool title that you wanted to earn. And I was happy that I was able to call myself a YouTube partner. It was cool. And this was during when, like, a lot of people were earning a good amount of money back then too, if you had, of course, the views. And yeah, so because there were fewer gamers on YouTube, it was prime time, man. And I definitely was one of them. I definitely had a fun time, putting up more videos and such. The algorithm was a lot different, of course, because the amount of people. Of course, a lot of things have changed over the years. So, the obvious one was how YouTube embraced gaming over time. YouTube became a part of gaming culture at one point. because pretty much most gamers, right? What do you do nowadays? You wanna record yourself. You wanna record your gameplay footage of doing something cool or some funny glitch or bug, right? Especially with these games nowadays, right? You want to capture them. What are you gonna do? You're more likely want to upload these to either like Twitter or YouTube. And so more and more of those gamers were popping left and right on YouTube, especially with the Elgato over the years has become like the common sort of item, made things accessible the for many more people. So that's why it's a lot harder to stay on the radar on YouTube nowadays. And unfortunately, I got sort of the short end of things, but it's okay for me. I like doing it, so that's why I keep doing it. I'm still here. But yeah, it was interesting to be a partner for a very long time at this point. My experiences personally was nothing negative, but also at the same time, in the grand scheme of things, I didn't get a whole lot other than just like some cool little complimentary perks, like being able to be a part of a private screening for Jurassic Fallen Kingdom and maybe a couple of other movies, but that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and then E3. I went to one E3 with my Machinima partnership. The other E3, my first E3 I went to, I actually won through a contest because I didn't know that I could have used my Machinima partnership as a means to get my foot at the door. You get a pass. If I knew this, I would have gone to many more E3s. I wish that was the case, but I was young and so I didn't understand those little intricacies well enough. So it is what it is now, but and I'm okay with that. Anyway, it was kind of an interesting time. I certainly did get the protection that I wanted for the videos I uploaded, but nowadays it's very much irrelevant because of how YouTube embraced gaming, and YouTube has become the culture of gaming, because of people wanting to naturally just record their games and they're gonna put it on YouTube. So all those people are technically YouTubers as well, in a way, and people are gonna watch those videos, and it could take off or not. They could be a one-hit wonder or something bigger. The possibilities are all up there for many more people, so that's why things have changed for a lot of things in YouTube on gaming. It's been a very interesting journey thus far. But it is to say that these MCNs have become very much irrelevant at this point. And so, I long thought about leaving that whole thing behind me, this partnership thing. Because nowadays, it really does not do anything for me other than them taking a percentage off my earnings from this channel. So, yeah, I mean, they say that they have the tools to, like, help make your videos better, but they're really just, like, tutorials that they've already, that's already readily available from other YouTube channels. And oh yeah, they provide a music library, but good thing I didn't really use it because now that they're going to another business model, or they have to change around their business model, you have to contact those creators and go through a tedious process, I guess, for them to get compensated or something. And good thing I didn't, because I don't have to go through that process. So, oh man, I mean, at least bad things didn't come my way. That's all directly from YouTube, sadly enough. My channel got taken down twice because of dumb YouTube things, let's just put it that way. One of them during E3 week, which was like one of the worst possible times to have your channel taken down wrongfully. And it took a whole week to get it back. Thanks, YouTube. And of course, my MCN at the time, I believe it was Fullscreen, couldn't help out all that much. So again, at this point, they're really irrelevant. So if you want to start a YouTube channel, being a YouTube partner means nothing nowadays for most people. Unless you're really, really big, then sure, because you're the one that's raking in on the bucks. Of course they want to help you out to rake in more bucks. Makes sense on the business side of things. Just that unfortunately, you can't really make that happen with the smaller channels, of course. Again, it all makes sense, but it is what it is. So, at this point, it's been a very, very interesting journey. And yeah, so the news, in case you didn't know already, I will no longer be a part of Fullscreen starting from June 7th. That's when it will be effective. And going forward, we will be independent. And so yeah, it'll just be the old times. Kind of going back to square one in a way. Although I have gained a pretty good amount of subscribers over the years. It's been stagnant, but that's just something it can't be helped with how sort of YouTube is, the landscape is. But I still love doing what I do, which is to just upload whatever I want. This is definitely a variety channel. We go from gaming to opening up Pokemon cards to amiibos and reviewing movies, and I'm me. And I bring my friends on to have fun. It's all for fun at this point. It's all just a hobby, which I'm definitely okay with. So yeah, we're at that point. So I don't think it's gonna be affecting me a whole lot. Maybe it'll be for the better. Who knows? So who knows what will come out of this? But I can definitely say a weight off my shoulders, and I wish the best of luck to anyone who still is at Fullscreen, of course. I mean, who knows? I think even Rooster Teeth might even not be out of the picture as well, and they'll be on their own in a way, maybe. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, that's probably a different situation for them. But anyway. But I imagine for anyone else who was a part of Fullscreen and they got that email today or whatever, you can still be yourself, and you do what you do. So it's okay. Don't try to be too sad. Being a YouTube partner really means nothing unless you're partnered with YouTube itself. Then that's cool, because they actually offer that sort of partnership now for gaming, especially. So I think I'm still a YouTube partner. It's just that I'm not partnered with the MCN starting from June. So it will be an interesting little change. 2020, this whole start of the decade has been very different, to say the least. And there definitely have been some ups and downs, and maybe this isn't an up at this point. It's just so funny of how things can change. One day, being a YouTube partner with an MCN can be like the coolest thing in the world, and you feel like you're on top of the world, man. You're like a rock star. And you're earning good pocket money, and then the next you're earning pocket change, and that title kind of almost loses the entirety of its meaning, because just changes come and things will get rocked one way or the other. So these companies, man, like Machinima, they've come and went. They can come and went, man. You know, you think that they would stick around, but no, man. They one day they can just go away like that in a snap, and we gotta be ready for it, guys, to deal with it. So, so yeah, so I'll kind of just sum up what came my way when it came to Machinima, because that was the longest one that came to me. So, obviously the E3 opportunities, I definitely used it once at least. That's something. And in the private screenings, the one I can remember vividly in my top of my head is Jurassic Fallen Kingdom. So that was cool, you know, for the time being. I think there were more, but it's all kind of a blur at this point. You know, it's like, all right, that's kind of cool. We get free food, you know, and in a movie. So that's cool. Well, yeah, it's all gonna be in the past, and this channel can move forward as its own thing. So I'm okay with that. So, anyways, you guys have any comments or anything like that, you could possibly be featured in the next Hawke Talks. Please keep the comments related to the video or the channel entirety. Leave those in the comment section below if you want to possibly be featured in the next Hawke Talks video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Really helps out. Really appreciate it, guys. As always, I'm definitely going to be needing more of your guys' support than ever. Just hit the like, leave a comment of sorts, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, I do have a display, so if you guys want something out of it, if you want a cool little metal poster, I'll be trying to be adding more and more of those, more of the artworks for more poster choices for you guys to have. But that'll be over time. It won't be anytime any soon. But hopefully I can get there. Hopefully I can get around to do so. You know, of course, follow me on Twitter. All the social media stuff is in the description below for you guys to follow me and all that stuff. So it all will be helpful for me anyway. So really appreciate for all the continuing support. You know, we definitely gained a good amount of subscribers over the years. It's a little stagnant, but you know, I'm okay with that. As long as I can keep uploading, you know, losing that partnership doesn't disallow me to upload videos. I can still keep doing it. So either way, it's all good in the hood, guys. So I'll be still around, and hope I see you guys in the next video. Ciao now.